Hey everyone, Ryan here. Welcome to episode 7 of So You Wanna Boom Boom. So I just updated the game. It's version 27.1 now. I'm really looking forward to this battle history thing. So far, I've been using the tower tools. The one where you just log your runs and stuff, and it's okay, except that I have to be there when my run ends, and I use auto restart most of the time. So I'm thinking that with this or this run logger that we have over here, I can actually really go AFK from this game. So I'm really looking forward to that. There's also a few other updates. I can't really remember what they are now. I'm really looking forward to this battle history thing. There is a new chip. The new chip seems like it would be good especially for GT. Yeah, if we got two enemies every second, then our GT counter is just going to go up. So that seems like a good thing. Yeah, I think this would be a good thing. I'm not sure how the balancing would be between summon and fetch. But generally with fetch, I think if we have a decent chance to fetch stuff, the remainder of the bits can probably go into this summon chip, is what I'm thinking. And cash bonus, I guess for farming it doesn't really matter. In tournaments, maybe it helps boost project funding a little bit. But yeah, pretty cool. So there's this stone pack visibility thing that the developers they want us to succumb to temptation after all, right? If they give it for 3 days, most people can hold the urge, right? Now you put it there for the entire 2 weeks, and they are hoping that people would cave during the 2 weeks. Yeah, probably. Well, it's good. It's good. So now, sometimes if I regret not spending money, which maybe it happens, I have the opportunity to regret spending money after. Well, the remainder of the stuff, I didn't really get a good chance to look at it. I think it's mostly like quality of life stuff. Auto retry timer from 300 seconds to 100 seconds. This is amazing. When I play the game on my handphone, so I use an iPhone, if my run ends, my screen times out before the 300 seconds is up. So I'm hoping that if it's 100 seconds, that same thing wouldn't happen. What else is there? Fix an issue where tier 19, 20, and 21 were not visible on player profile. Okay, so now we can actually flex our higher tiers. The restorative bonus will be featured on October 13. Okay, so my understanding of this module is something along the lines of, if you get a recovery package, it boosts your attack speed. Potentially it's useful. I don't think I would be rolling or pulling for that module, and mainly it's just because in farming I'm still either going to be using Galaxy Compressor, or I would get more into this later on, Singularity Harness, and Black Hole Digester. So I don't think there's a way around it. And in tournaments, I think project funding and Pulsar Harvester would still be the best combination. We might see a situation whereby Pulsar Harvester and the restorative bonus is a thing, but as we all know, my attack speed is relatively low, so yeah, it can wait. It's not something pressing for me. Now the new thing about the update is that now every of our SMod stuff is going to be multiplicative in its bonus. So like my ohm chip here, it's 25.36. It's going to be a multiplicative bonus with this 1.339 over here. So that's a pretty good thing. What that means to me is that all of this multiplier efficiencies need to really go up there. But yeah, I think those are my thoughts about the patch. Now anyway, on to the main stuff, which is progress update. So lifetime coin 130.1 Q. Well, it's a very nice number. Stones at 131,519. Keys 1274. So I'm still farming tier 17. I don't think tier 18 is viable for me just yet. Maybe in a couple of weeks or so. There's a bit of stuff that I need to get done before I can move to tier 18. Somehow I managed to get this amount of coin. It's not... I've never seen it go above 900. Every time I end my farming runs, it's always about 850, 870, something like that. But it's nice to see that it's inching closer and closer to 1 big Q. And, I have no doubt we'll get there soon. So what has changed over the week? Let's have a look. Over here, nothing has changed, right? In my workshops, I haven't touched anything here. In terms of my enhancements, they are at 2.8. Attack speed is at 1.4. Orb size is at 1.7. I've been tweaking around with just different setups. I've tried 3.0 over here. I've tried 1.8 over here. And I've tried bringing this up to 2.04. Right now, I think the main issue for me is in dealing damage to the enemies. For my modules, I do not run with a second dimension core. So killing tank enemies is something that I struggle with. And so I think having more attack skips is going to be, or more level skips is going to be beneficial for me. So yeah, the goal would be to, bring this up to, I guess, 1.5 or so. And then try to bring the coin bonus up as high as possible. And yeah, I think that's all that I'll be working on in terms of coin upgrades. Surprisingly, I haven't really had many clicks done over here, and that is because if we were to visit our labs, I am now perma-labbing the SMod for generator, the substats and bonus portions. So I think now that my coin discount is already at level 85, there is still some inefficiency by pumping up the very expensive labs right now, but I really don't want to sit on having lower coin bonuses and having lower ELS any longer. So I'm just going to be funneling my coin over here. As it is now, it seems to cost me something like 2.7 Q a day, 2.7 Q to get this to running. They take about 2 or 3 days to complete, so it's not too bad. I'm currently farming about 160 to 170 Q an hour, so it's very manageable. The only thing is that I don't really have much coins to put in to these enhancements here, so maybe I might, once I get this to 1.5, hopefully by then I should be able to pump up my coin bonus a bit more. But it is very expensive. The next 5 levels is going to be costing almost like 50-60% of my lifetime coin. So yeah, we shall see how it goes. Anyway, with this enhancement thing, I can always respec and pull out a couple of levels from ELS, pump it into coin bonus for more efficient runs and so on. But yeah, at least that's the way it's been going. Now on to the SMod stuff. So I think now that the bonuses are multiplicative, it makes unlocking the cannon module a bit more attractive. It also makes pumping this thing up a little bit more attractive as well, the multiplier efficiency for my core. The thing is, I guess, the general rule that I try to follow in this game is to go for efficiency first. And I think I am about 7 clicks away from maximizing my multiplier efficiency here. So maybe once this is done and this is at like above 50% and stuff, I will start dabbling with this thing. But I'm in no rush to get more damage. Yeah, surely having more damage means better tournament performance and stuff, but we can sort of compensate for having less damage by having more level skips, I reckon. And I think this too over here would really help with that. When the next month comes, I guess that's when I will start thinking about unlocking the cannon module. I don't really want to have 1,000 stones sitting around when I can be upgrading these items over here. So I think that's the best course of action for me currently. But I would love to know your thoughts if you think that it's essential now that I should get the cannon module unlocked as soon as possible. I'd love to hear that. Hear why you think that's the case. And yeah, I think that was mostly all of the upgrades that I had done over the week. Oh yes. From last week's tournament rewards. Where is tournament? This is not tournament is here. Yes. Okay. So from last week's tournament rewards, we've got a new PB. We got to 3,045 waves, so we are in the 3,000s now. It's nice to see that the rank doesn't change. You get more waves, but the rank doesn't change. And now that I have hit 3,000, I'm sure that if I focus on econ and other people focus on damage, this rank position is going to go down again. But I guess it's something I can live with because now I have the bragging rights that I'm a 3,000 player. But what did I get with that? So if we look at the vaults, under the harmony tree, I have gotten the final unlock for the workshop presets, the bot presets. And so that means that, I have to do this mission. Okay. That means that for my bots, I now have 3 different bots. I've got a farming setup, one that uses Flamebot, and another that uses Thunderbot. So currently the goal is to reduce this, maybe bring it down closer to 50 seconds, just so that I've got extra controls in my tournament or even in milestone runs. Unfortunately, the other lab upgrade is for linger time. I think it's for linger time, not the duration of the Thunderbot. It would be nice if we could really ramp up the duration of the Thunderbot, but I think so what the Thunderbot does, let me see. Yeah, so it increases the time enemies will be slowed once the Thunderbot ends, and so when we look at this thing over here, the enemies will be slowed down for 3 seconds by the linger effect after it ends. But I think with chronofill and stuff, I don't think I really need an additional layer of slows just yet. Maybe when I'm trying to push like the higher tiers, maybe there might be a case to be made. But at least for now, my plan is to just finish the Thunderbot cooldown. I don't think I'll even max this out. I'll just bring it to level 15 or so and then put in one of the more important labs after that. And leave it there for a while. It should be enough. And Right, so with the harmony tree done, this is how my full harmony tree looks like. It's very yellow now. Most of it is done. I've been thinking about whether or not I want to get this for 10 keys. 0.1% of enemy damage is added to Berserker when we kill them. This is very nice to just stack up my damage over time in tournaments. So, you know, it's only 10 keys. Should I just get it? When is the next time I can get a dopamine hit? That's the more important question. So for the power tree, my goal is to get tier 2 unlocked, which means I need 50 keys. 50 keys. How long would it take me to earn 31 keys? That would be like 2.5 tournaments. And how long would it take me to earn 41 keys? That would be about 3 tournaments. Okay, so it's not going to affect me if I were to say click this over here, and now that I have it, I'm starting to regret that click immediately, but whatever, we have already done it. So now we have gotten this Berserker here. Nice. All right, so I think that's all the major updates that I have had in this account over the past week. I don't think anything else has received any major changes. So what I would like to share with you guys is on a little experiment that I have been doing. So, you know, part of the Boom Boom strategy is to use Space Displacer. Right, with Space Displacer, I get inner landmines popping off that helps to stun the enemies. But what I heard is that Space Displacer is going to reduce the coin that you earn because you're stunning the enemies too much outside of your black hole and whatnot. So I've been trying Negative Mass Projector instead, and it has on average given me about 7 to 8% increase in coin. So let me just pull up my own records. So if I'm running with the Space Displacer version, I'm getting about 150 Q per hour, little Q per hour. If I'm running with Negative Mass Projector, it bumps it up to be about 160, between 157 to 161 Q coin per hour. So it's about 8% increase in coin. The next thing that I was testing out was on using Singularity Harness. So if I were to equip my Singularity Harness as my S mod, because my CoinBot is a larger radius and CoinBot has gotten a buff this version, there is a case to be made that you get more coins out of this. But sacrificing the Galaxy Compressor means that I have to actually equip my Multiverse Nexus. And this way I get permanent GT and a 75% uptime on Death Wave, and 2 seconds downtime on my Black Hole. So I wanted to share the results of this with you guys. As mentioned previously, if I'm using the on-chip variant with Galaxy Compressor, okay, so with the GCOM version, it's getting me about 160 Q coin per hour. If I switch to the Singularity Harness variant, my coin per hour of course goes up. It goes up to be about 165 to 169 Q per hour. However, when I make the switch to Singularity Harness, because of that 2 seconds of downtime in my black hole, the variance in my runs has actually increased. And it's increased to a point where I do not feel comfortable using this singularity harness. Because what happens is that sometimes I can't even make it past intro sprint. So I would, the demon mode would pop around the wave 1200 region. Or sometimes I just die by wave 900 in my farming runs. Or even sometimes it just keeps auto restarting because I have a string of deaths in a row. And the main difficulty in that just comes from not having the black hole perk. So at least for the time being, I don't think that my account is strong enough to be using Singularity Harness. And so even though it's less coin, it's much more stable in terms of the coin that I can get per hour. And it works out to be like less than 10Q per hour difference. So less than, I would say like about 5% difference in coin. But I get a lot less variance in my run. So I think G-Comp is still going to be the play for me right now. Now, I do know that most people are actually already using Singularity Harness here. My issue is that I don't have a Dimension Core, and I would like to reroll my Primordial Collapse to have a bit more farming substats inside it. So I don't think that it would make sense for me to put Primordial Collapse and Dimension Core over here with the Singularity Harness, because I still wouldn't get permanent uptime. I still have to use the Multiverse Nexus as the primary module in order to get permanent Deathwave GT and Black Hole. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this matter and how you might go about resolving this issue. What kinds of strategies you think might enable me to use Singularity Harness. Off the top of my head, I think the logical thing to do would be to get an extra 2 levels into Black Hole duration. That brings me to 34 seconds, and for my Multiverse Nexus I have this 4 seconds Black Hole duration, so I get 38 seconds plus the Black Hole perk that gives me permanent Black Hole, and probably that would resolve a lot of the issues that I'm facing. But yeah, I think that about summarizes the main problem that I'm facing. Alright, so with that being said, I think that's all the content that I've for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.